I'm so glad that you decided to join me for this 8-day challenge, a qigong Hanukkah solstice ritual that is working with the being at peace and listening deeply in the dark, and then building the light of your heart, the fire, nurturing the fire of your heart. So this is just some instructions so that you know what it is that we'll be doing. I'm assuming that you're on the Energy Matters Facebook page, so these instructions will be written as well, and there'll be daily instructions to remind you, so you don't have to keep it all on your mind. But basically, either you're using a menorah or you're using tea lights. What you're going to do is every day you're going to light the central candle. So the central candle, also called the shamash, the middle candle in the menorah, is what I would like you to identify as what I would call your soul essence, or the gold of who you are. What is something that's been true for you, maybe even your whole life? It's a core value that you've held for as long as you can remember. And this you're going to just light the candle with an affirmation of that, about that, naming that. So for me, it's usually been, I ignite the candle of my soul's alignment with love. I light the candle to ignite the soul essence of love. And after you've done that, on the first day, you're going to add another candle, and you're going to, once this is lit, and you've said that affirmation, you'll light this first candle of the night, the first evening or first day, and you're going to have an affirmation of what you'd like to see come forth as we move past that solstice, as we move into the new year. What is it that you feel like would be an affirmation? And you're going to name that as you light that second candle. So I actually recommend that if you have time to journal a little bit before you do the practice, so you have a sense of what that affirmation is going to be. And also, then you can also keep track of it in writing, because we're going to be adding a different affirmation every day. So by the time you get to the 8th affirmation, trying to remember all of it may not be that easy. So you may want to write them or put it in whatever device you like to use. Okay, so you start every night with lighting that central candle, then you add the affirmation for the first night. On the second night, you'll light 3 candles, because it'll be the central candle and then the first affirmation, and then you'll add a second affirmation. Third night, central candle, first affirmation, second affirmation, and then you'll add a new third affirmation. And you may find these affirmations begin to tweak and change a little bit as you go. You're welcome to edit them in any way that you want. By the 8th night, you'll have the central candle, and then you'll light 8 more candles with 8 different affirmations. Once those candles are all lit, they'll be lined up on wherever it is that you have. If you have an altar, or if you just put them on your kitchen table, whatever. You're going to be facing your lit candles, and you're going to do a movement saying that affirmation. So have it on a piece of paper so you can read it, or if you remember it, that's fine. So let's say the first night you've said your central candle, what you feel is gold that has been true for you your whole life, and then what you're envisioning for this turning, what you envision for the year ahead. It could be about your business, it could be about your relationships, it could be about your health, it could be about any of those things, because you'll have 8 different wishes. So with the first, once you've lit them, once you've got all of them lit, you're going to stand, face them, and do a practice that is called the shower. So the shower, you're going to stand with your feet a little wider than hip distance apart, and you're going to turn your feet out slightly. This is going to open up the yin meridians on the insides of your legs. So you're opening up to possibility as you do the practice. You're going to soften the space behind your knees and lift the crown of your head up so the back of your neck gets long. And this movement looks very simple. You're going to just say the affirmation. So let's say the affirmation is, I am going to be open to connection with everybody that I meet. Something like that. It doesn't have to be that grandiose. It could be, I'm envisioning great success in this next business endeavor. It could be anything. But let's say it's, I'm going to open to connection. I'm going to open to connection with people that I meet. And you're going to just think about imbuing that into your body. Okay? And then on the second night, you'll do the first affirmation. I'm going to open to connection with everybody that I meet. And then whatever your second affirmation is, my business is going to be flourishing this year, or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to just be playful here. But I do want you to take these affirmations seriously. So by the eighth night, you'll do eight of the shower, along with that affirmation. So it builds. Now, if you feel very ambitious, you can do more than one repetition for each one of those candles. That's entirely up to you, but that's the basic practice. Once you've done the practice, you can snap a picture, if you can, of your candles lit, and put it on the Facebook page on Energy Matters, and name what those affirmations are. So you'll say your core candle, and then whatever those different affirmations are, depending on what night it is. What first night is one candle plus the basic, and then the second night is 2 candles, third night 3 candles, fourth night 4 candles, and so on. I hope that's really clear. If it's not, post a question or drop me a line. I'd be happy to answer it. I'd love this to work for you. It's really about you wanting this to be your best year yet as we move into new possibilities. This is a chaotic time for so many of us. I know a lot of us are having some contraction, right, around the difficulties we might be facing. So this is just a way to affirm and envision what is possible, what could be born out of the chaos. All right, so I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Till next time, be well and let the chi flow. Bye-bye.